So I've been getting a lot of questions these days about short-term rentals, aka Airbnbs and VRBOs, from real estate investors or people looking to get into real estate investing. Some of the questions I have is, should I do it? Is it worthwhile? Number two, is that if I decide to do it, what location should I consider? Number one, you have to understand that short-term rentals is not the real estate business, in my opinion. It is the hospitality business. It is much more management intensive. I myself are a recovering Airbnb host. It was way too management intensive. It was hard to integrate operations and line it up with my other business, which is my core business, which is apartments and long-term commercial leasing and rentals. So that didn't work for me. I ended up having to discontinue being an Airbnb host. It was a little bit more lucrative than having a long-term rental, but in exchange for the time associated with it and it just kind of screwing up my operations and having to wear two different types of hats, didn't work out for me. For one, the last straw was I had a guest rate me a low rate because I forgot to keep salt stocked in the Airbnb. All right, so making sure your salt is stocked, pepper, towels, fresh linens, all this stuff. It's like running a hotel. You do get compensated more for it if you have the right location. If you do decide to do the short-term rental route, number one, make sure that you are going to completely be in a growth mode. If you end up liking it, try it out. Purchase a single family house or a multifamily property and convert one of the units to an Airbnb or short-term rental. And then if you decide that you like the business model, you can handle the management intensity of that type of product, then grow, because it's a lot easier to manage 10 than it is to manage one, okay? Also, if you decide to move forward on doing a short-term rental model, make sure that you underwrite the property right, running the numbers. Local municipalities can change the game with a stroke of a pen. There's a lot of people out there doing short-term rentals. It's like the new hotness in real estate. I'm hearing all about it from other real estate investors. So it's going to be a very crowded marketplace. And also, what happens is you get sloppy people that end up entering the game. And you get enough complaints from locals to their local representatives about disruptions associated with, wedding parties, that sort of thing, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties being held at short-term rentals. They can essentially just ban short-term rentals altogether, and then Airbnb, your listing will disappear off Airbnb and VRBO, and then you'll be out of business. If that happens, you want to make sure that you can rent that to a long-term renter and still make the numbers work. Number two, in terms of location, this is very, very important. You want to be in a very, very good location that is not too far off the beaten path. That cabin in the woods that's in the middle of nowhere might be appealing to some people, might be very Insta-worthy. However, it may only appeal to people looking to do writers' retreats or something like that. Those people don't have a lot of disposable income associated with doing that, and also they're not frequent travelers. So you want to make sure that you're in a location that has a lot of stuff near it, like museums, art galleries, walkable neighborhoods, so on and so forth, or being close to, let's say, hospitals and that sort of thing, where you have people that come in and visit, people that are getting treatment. I owned one that was pretty close to U of R, and I had a lot of people that come in to visit family members that were going through treatments, cancer treatments, stuff like that. So, and then also make sure in terms of the location that you are not in a area that is, let's say, a highly, subdivision type of neighborhood that's kind of in a bedroom community. You may get some bookings, but you're not going to have command over the higher rates as well. So definitely make sure the location works for you as well. So I hope this helped you. If you have any questions associated with short-term rentals, definitely reach out and I'll be happy to help.